Oh gosh, I am in the middle of Atlanta, Georgia. What's going on? Okay. Mason, calm down. The Southern Fried Game Room Expo. That's what it's called. The Southern Fried Game, yeah, that thing. It's a thing going on in Atlanta, Georgia, where there's a lot of arcade stuff going on and all that good stuff. And I'm going to that with a person you will see in just a second. It's kind of like a pre-E3 kind of thing, because tomorrow, on June 11th, I'm flying to Los Angeles, California with him. So, it's TriForce. Okay, you know by the title, it's TriForce. I'm flying to Los Angeles with TriForce Johnson tomorrow at like 7 p.m. or something crazy like that. So, we gotta go see TriForce, so let's go. See you later.
You're making me laugh, I can't eat.
Cheese it with TriForce, okay. What's going on, guys? It is NintE3ndo here today, and we are here in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh my gosh, dude, it's been quite the trip. How are you?
I'm tired.
Yeah. Traveling
all over the place. And this is like at the halfway point of the travels.
Right, we got E3 and everything still. It's gonna be epic. Okay, if you don't know who he is, why don't you just go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm boring TriForce.
Boring TriForce, that's a lie. No.
My name is TriForce Johnson. For those who are into competitive gaming, you'll know me as a founder and the CEO of Empire Arcadia. We have this esports team, most documented wins for an esports team certified by Guinness. For other people who don't know me in a fighting game or actually just competitive gaming as a whole, but you know me from the Nintendo world. I'm that guy that stood in line for like all the Nintendo products over the years, and I've been a Nintendo community ambassador for like the last 15 years or so, and I just promote everything to Nintendo. And I just recently passed the torch to Captain Nintendo dude, so yeah.
He was the one on the Switch line, if you don't know. I don't know who didn't watch those, but
yeah,
you know. Anyway, we're at the Southern Fried Game Room Expo. That's the thing, yes, okay. But anyway, we got that all out of the way. It was a cool time, all that good stuff. But E3 is coming soon. We wanted to talk about predictions and all that good stuff that Nintendo could present to all of us. So, you know, that's something people have been asking about for a long time. It's Nintendo. Everybody gets their expectations super high and always ends up disappointed. You know, I mean, what's one thing you think they're going to show? Honestly.
Super Smash Bros.
Okay, I thought you were going to say
Switch.
Okay.
Odyssey is obvious.
Yeah.
But Super Smash Brothers for the Switch. Let me say this one more time. Super Smash Brothers for the Switch. All right, you heard it here first on Mason's channel. So yeah, go on.
They've probably heard it somewhere else, not from you. But
if it doesn't come from me, it's not official.
It's not. That's not a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. Okay. If they were to do that, it's a Smash Bros. Game. Obviously, there's been rumors and all kinds of stuff floating around the internet saying that it could be a thing. It makes sense, you know. Who would you want to see added? If you got like 3 picks to add, like 3 new add-ons to the game.
Well, they already did one of the things that I kind of was like surprised that they even got, which was Cloud for Final Fantasy. But that was a whole SquareSoft Sony issue that had got resolved, and they got them. But if they're gonna add any new characters,
Harambe the gorilla.
No, we already have a gorilla there. We have Donkey Kong in there, so like I really wouldn't want to see that. I would want to put in characters that, like me, like I keep telling people, a Golden Sun character.
Golden Sun.
You know, a Garrett or Isaac. I would love to see a Golden Sun character in there.
I've heard a lot of Isaacs.
Yeah. But one of the things I don't like is that there are too many sword characters. The game is turned into a sword fighting game.
True.
So I would like to also get a retro character in there, and it would be cool if they could get Crash Bandicoot.
Thank you! Okay, years ago I made a video. It was it was really cringy. It was just a picture slideshow basically is all it was. Talking about 5 characters I would want to see. That was number 2 I think or something. Crash is like my second heart, right?
It's a good crossover.
Yeah, there's you know there's Nintendo for me. There's Mario, then there's Crash, then Zelda. Crash, and there are not many people know that, but I love me some Crash Bandicoot. So okay, that would be epic. I agree to that. Now what about Inkling? They become like mainstream now, you know?
Yes, the thing is with Inkling, I think that for me personally, I think that should be a DLC down the road. I'm not saying I wouldn't want Inkling to be a DLC down the road, but newer characters in the Nintendo universe that are spawning shouldn't instantaneously be DLCs. There are a lot of other guys that have earned their spot long ago. They're not Nintendo characters, obviously, but okay, if I don't want to like sit here and like start picking out a whole bunch of PlayStation characters and stuff like that, but like Samus needs a actual opponent to fight, like a rival.
Yeah.
Vector Man from the Sega, but like that be for those who knew about Vector Man back in the days in Genesis and stuff like that. So like, I think that would be good. The characters from Chrono Trigger. Like there's a bunch of stuff that they could do. Guys that have earned their spot long before that. You know, Lara Croft. Why wouldn't Lara Croft be able to come into the game when you have other female characters that are legendary and they have their place in time? So, like I said, but this is me personally. I love to see a Crash. Like I said, I love to see a Vector Man. If I could pull out somebody in a more recent time, like I think like Inkling should be something like later on in the year of 2018. But one other character in this time. Let's see here. This is interesting. I don't know, but I think it's just those 2.
Yeah. Alright, well, I would like to see Break the Targets come back. That would be really cool. From Melee. Break the Targets.
Break the Targets, yeah, that would actually be cool. Why'd you guys take that game?
Because they're stupid.
Well, I don't understand that. That was
my heart.
What was wrong with Break the Heart? The Targets. I don't know.
Break the Heart too, you know, but...
And it broke our hearts by taking
shattered it whenever they gave us the basic brawl version of it. It was dumb. Anyway, what about Animal Crossing?
But they have an Animal Crossing character in there already.
No, I'm talking about as a game.
Oh, as a game?
What do you think the likelihood of that is? Just out of curiosity.
It's actually plausible for them to have an Animal Crossing in the game. The Switch, the way the Switch is designed, inside and out, it actually can truly, especially after playing Breath of the Wild, there's nothing Nintendo cannot do with the Switch.
That's true.
A lot of people are like, oh, they can't. I'm not talking about the power of the system. I'm talking about the design of the games.
The integration.
The integration, the immersion, what they can do. So Animal Crossing would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
In fact, some of the game designs of Animal Crossing is in Breath of the Wild. When you build your house. That whole concept's taken straight from Animal Crossing. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. You can put your name on the house. You can. The only thing is that they just don't go too deep into it. Because I was saying, what if it would be cool if you could, your Sheikah slate could download VR consoles and you could play them. Just like in Animal Crossing, you can have your NES in the house. Nintendo DLC, make it happen. 2018. The Sheikah slate that Link has can play some of the old school Nintendo games. Pick a couple of them. You know, make it happen. Hey, you never know. Put in some of the Zelda games.
Okay, do it, Nintendo. That's it.
Make it happen.
Make it happen. No, Animal Crossing. I would love to see that. Honestly, I don't think it's likely, but I mean, people would go crazy, you know. But Pikmin 4. What about that?
This is the problem. This is the problem with next generation. You guys are bleeding Nintendo out. You cannot rush all their IPs out. Pikmin, no. Save that for next year. The same thing for Animal Crossing. Nintendo needs to let Mario, let
Mario carry them through the year, basically.
Well, actually, it's Zelda and Link is going to carry them through the year, but let Mario end the year off. These games that you're talking about needs to be games for next year. If you put out all these games now, and this is one of the big problems for a lot of you young Nintendo fans out there who go, oh, why does Nintendo do this? Listen. In my years of service to Nintendo and in the community, it is unwise for Nintendo to put out any game in large amounts because third party always betrays Nintendo. always. This is a recurring thing. It's actually kind of like a tradition. Yeah. This is just how third party is. They just betray Nintendo like it's a tradition. Because if Nintendo puts their whole hand on the table and then goes, okay, third party, look, all hands on deck, everyone's coming to our system, now we leave it to you to supply us with games in the future that's going to maintain. They're going to be like, and then not today. And then Nintendo's forced to now make
their own IPs.
Sequels to them in the same generation.
Yeah.
And that will be devastating to Nintendo.
Well,
that's what happened to them with the Wii U. Anyway.
Triggered. No, okay. My reasoning for mentioning that is last year, it had to have been at least last year. Maybe even 2015, late, I don't know. But it was at least last year. Miyamoto was in an interview and said that Pikmin 4, he quoted that, Pikmin 4 is basically done with development. Where have we seen it? We have not seen it on the Wii U, because that was a bad idea. Just in general, you can't release a game on Wii U, it's not a good idea. But then, you know, the Hey Pikmin game coming to 3DS, that's not Pikmin 4. Definitely not. It's Hey Pikmin. They've been going Pikmin 1, you know, Pikmin 2, Pikmin 3. Obviously, if they're going to keep that tradition, it's going to be Pikmin 4 next. We haven't seen it. They haven't said a single word about it, aside from that interview.
Okay.
It's basically done. Now, if Breath of the Wild, you know, that was in development for a good 5 years, before 2.5 per se, before they made it a Switch thing also.
Yeah, and then they extended it, which was a smart thing to do.
So, if they said, say a year ago or so, that, hey, Pikmin's almost done with development, that would be enough time for them to at least get near done with development.
Yes, but then 2018 would be perfect to launch.
That's true, but they're holding Odyssey back. And I mean, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe they are holding their stuff back.
Yes, they need to hold this. If they want the Switch to live, they need to do this like how Yamauchi did this. Listen, Yamauchi understood the true nature of the Nintendo community, and he held some of it. He didn't put all of his eggs in one basket per year. That's stupid to do, because then you end up. That's where the true sequelitis comes from. Something Nintendo gets accused of, but they don't do.
Right.
Like, nothing against you, Sony, but like, you would just throw all your eggs in one basket, and then after a year or two, sequel it. And I'm not talking about the sports games. Sports games need to be updated. They're called, they're not sequels, they're called roster changes, because they have to follow what's happening in real life sports.
Yeah.
But like when you have your platform games in the generation, when you have like 2 different Crash Bandicoots in the same year, 2 different not in the same year, but like in the same generation of that system, 2 Lara Crofts in the same, Tomb Raiders in the same generation. No, you can't, that's stupid. I think they had, I think it was a PS2 that had 3 sequels in the same generation. Don't quote me if I'm right on this, I'm not a PlayStation guy, but I think that Jack and Daxter had 3 games in the PS2 era. And that's crazy. Yeah. Why would you have 3 of the same games in the same era? That's foolishness. So, I could be wrong, so if I'm wrong, correct me. But the point is, Nintendo shouldn't put themselves in that situation where they're behind the ball, making 3 Marios in the same generation. Look what happened to the Switch, the Wii U. They literally made New Super Mario Brothers,
Super Mario 3D World,
Super Mario 3D World. Let's just stick to the Wii. Oh, yes, that was, I'm thinking of 3D Land, 3D Worlds, yes. 3D World, and then they made a new Super Luigi, which is just Super Mario 2.5. No offense, Luigi, but that's 3 Mario games in the same generation. And then the Wii U was a shortened generation.
Because that all came out in the first year.
And why?
Because they're stupid.
No, because Nintendo had no third-party support. If third-party was helping Nintendo, there would be no reason to release those games like that.
Right.
And that's what would happen if they just start bombarding all of their games for the Switch. So Nintendo fans, you need to be patient. Look what happened. We were patient for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Greatest rated video game in the history of gaming. All because we waited.
Was it that?
It's the highest rated video game of all time.
Are you sure?
Positive. All time.
All time.
All time.
I thought on Metacritic it was like at 3rd place.
What?
I don't know. I thought it was like 3rd place.
No, it got all time.
Fair enough. It is
all time. And because of that, why did it get all time? Because Nintendo decided to wait. They decided to, let's just wait. You ever heard of this online? Hunger is the best spice?
No.
Okay, what this means is you can be hey, I'm gonna go grab something to eat, and then you run out, buy a cookie, eat an M&M, and then you go and you get some food to eat. Okay, what do you like? Snicker bar?
Nah, I'm not a chocolate person.
Oh, you're not a chocolate person? Payday?
Nah.
Okay, you get something. You get a donut. You get something.
I'm not a sweets person either.
Oh, you're not a sweets person? You get a fruit.
Ew.
Okay, what? you get liquid gold.
Ew.
He doesn't like liquid gold either. Okay.
No. Okay.
Anyway, that was a setup. Anyway,
yeah.
You grab something to eat before you get your full course meal.
That I enjoy.
You will not enjoy the full course meal as much as if you starved.
It's true.
If you remain hungry, you want to eat something, now wait to dinner. And then you do something, you forget about eating dinner, I'm not eating lunch throughout the entire day, and the night comes and you are hungry. And your mother comes and serves you your favorite meal. What's your favorite meal?
I don't know. Pizza's fine. I like pizza.
Okay, you go to that American Japanese restaurant, and you have your favorite meal with your egg rolls.
Okay.
When you bite into that egg roll, it catches you right here, right here. You go, and you go.
This isn't even a predictions video anymore. It's just
Yes, it is. The point I'm trying to make is Nintendo starved everyone, and they got hit with the right here.
Right.
So in the predictions for E3, Nintendo needs to starve people.
That's depressing. They did that for the Wii U.
No, they didn't.
Game droughts, man.
What?
The Wii U released November 18th, 2012. We got New Super Mario Bros. U Nintendo Land. That was like all for first party up until March 3rd, I think.
Yeah.
The next year with Lego City Undercover.
Okay.
I think it was the 3rd. Don't quote me on that, but whatever. Then it was in August, I think, of 2013. We got New Super Luigi U on August 19th or something like that. And then what else? There was the holiday. But think about that though, just those 3. There's from November to March, that's 5 months. Then there's March to August. April, May, June, July.
You're not even talking about a full year here.
I know, but you can't not put anything on a system and expect people to still be enjoyed with it, you know?
That's Sony doesn't do it. Sony lets third party.
We're not talking about Sony though.
But what we're talking about is Nintendo. That's
Right.
the point I'm trying to. The reason why if you want this company to live long enough for your children to enjoy it and for you to continue to get the great games Nintendo puts out, this is the course of action. Or you will destroy the very same thing you want because you're not patient. In my days, this old man, we used to wait years for a game. You couldn't wait. You said, oh, from this to that, that's like 5 years, and then from this, no, 5.
I didn't say
said
years.
5 years. You said 5 months, and then from this to when you said another 4 months, and then in my mind I'm like, that's not even a year. Zelda came out on the NES, right? This is the beginning.
Yeah.
So they made 2 years later. They made a Zelda 2. We had to wait till 1993 for Zelda: A Link to the Past on the next console. Not the handhelds, forget about the handhelds. And then from then we had to wait till the 64 before we got Ocarina of Time. Then we had to wait till the GameCube for Wind Waker.
I lose. Goodbye. No.
Then we had to wait for the Wii for Twilight Princess. You see my point here?
I see your point here.
But guess what? Because the wait, those games were developed completely. We got the true immersion of those games, and they were those are some of the greatest Zeldas of the time. Right. When you think of Zelda, you think of those games. On the 64, we got 2 Zeldas because we got Majora's Mask. But the point I'm trying to make is that they break them up into years. They span them. You can't have 2 Marios come out in 1 year.
That'd be cool though, not gonna lie.
But they kind of did.
You play it, then what? You know?
Huh?
After you play those, then what?
That's my point. You just made my point.
I know.
So you gotta take it one at a time.
Yeah.
You're gonna burn it out. So when you look at Nintendo's 2017 plan, they start you off with Breath of the Wild, and then like Breath of the Wild will hold you all the way down to the middle of the year for E3. Now you have Splatoon coming out. Mario Kart Deluxe does not count. That's a port. That's all that really is. And now they're gonna starve you from summer to Christmas, and Mario's gonna come out, and Mario's gonna bop everyone in the industry. And it's gonna be free. He's gonna be like, woohoo! woohoo, you know this is a joke. I'm on Brooklyn right now. Woohoo, this is my industry. And Mario's gonna body everyone. It's gonna be absolutely free. So Nintendo needs to do that and then give it like 6 months to a year before another big Nintendo IP drops. And then after that, another year before another big Nintendo IP drop. They can drop their little secondary IPs in between.
That's true.
But don't drop the flagships. That's why I'm like a Animal Crossing, no. A Pikmin 4, no. Those.
But if they did like a Tomodachi-like kind of game in between, or a
Okay.
Kirby maybe.
That's what I said. You get the second strings.
Well, I'm talking like, that makes sense to me too. I'm not saying like Mario, then Zelda, then Smash Bros, then Mario Kart.
But you said Zelda, Mario, then you said Pikmin, and then you said Animal Crossing.
I'm just trying to come up with some cool ideas, okay?
But Kirby was a great idea.
Yeah, well, I was getting to that.
Okay, there you go.
Well, what about Kirby? I think that would be cool.
They need to focus on Kirby.
Yeah.
To be very honest with you, but like, do not make Metroid until 2019. Listen, Nintendo, listen to me. Hold on till Metroid until 2019. TriForce has. You heard what I said.
I mean,
I'm telling.
he's speaking his mind. Let's go.
I'm going by the Yamauchi rules, and that's what rocks for Nintendo. Yamauchi has never failed Nintendo. Tell you that much. Like, he knows what it is. Sometimes people don't know what they want, and they need to be told what they want. And the Nintendo community does not necessarily know what they want. They want instant gratification, and you're not going to enjoy it.
So to finish off, what do you think about Virtual Console?
Well, Nintendo's always gone into the realm of virtual reality and augmented reality long before anyone else.
Right.
Something you guys don't know. You see this power glove right here? Virtual reality technology. There's a movie called The Power of Glove. Check it out. You can see it in the description right here, Mason. It'll send you the trailer.
Okay, I got you.
The reason why I bring it up is
Yeah.
it's the topic
Yeah.
of virtual reality. Nintendo invested into this power glove because it was trying to get into virtual reality in the 1990s. Ever since then, Nintendo then came out with the unfortunate Virtual Boy. It wasn't such a bad system, but it did cause medical issues and whatnot. And then when the 3DS came out, they were messing with augmented reality.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about the virtual console, not virtual reality.
Right.
But the virtual console is a given.
Yeah.
I know what I mean? Like,
no, I mean, like, do you think they're gonna talk about it this time? Do you think it's a good
VR?
spot? Virtual
console.
Like, do you think it's a good spot for them to mention it at E3, or are they gonna wait?
No, that would be a good topic to talk about at E3. It's like a small highlight point. That would also be, if they mention that, they should also mention the launch of the Super Nintendo Mini.
Okay.
So that would also be good. Like,
That was also something that was leaked or rumored or something. It was rumored.
if Nintendo didn't make a Super Nintendo Mini, they'd be stupid.
But then Nintendo 64 Mini, then GameCube Mini, all out.
So?
No, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, if you release a GameCube Mini, I'm out the door right now. I'm jumping out that window.
So they
should go just.
But now watch this. This is what my point. They should take their time. See, they made the Nintendo Classic was a success.
Right.
There's a huge 1 year break before we even see the Super Nintendo. And then they should take another break, and then we should see the 64, and then another break, the GameCube, and then by that time there's no need to do the Wii,
Right.
Because it's still really a relevant system actually. I know
Right.
people still have I have one. It's not that long. It's not even 10 years. But yeah, they should release those. They should talk about a virtual console. They should talk about what's the name of this thing here? The Super Nintendo Classic, and they should talk about their virtual / augmented reality projects. I don't think Nintendo's behind the curve. They're not stupid.
Right, well. Alright, well, I think we wrapped up the majority of what could be talked about, maybe. Probably not, but unrealistic expectations on my end, and then Tim. Yeah. So he's got the real life perspective, I guess. But
I'm telling you, I told people a couple years ago Nintendo's going to create and they're going to redefine their esports heritage. Because you had the Nintendo World Championships come back. I knew about that since 2013. In fact, they tweeted out with Reggie warning everyone about it. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then they went from the Smash Bros. Invitational in 2014 to the return of the Nintendo World Championships in 2015. And then now Nintendo just launched the Nintendo Versus Esports League. official. Check it out on Twitter, Nintendo Versus.
Yep.
So, and there's a lot of things, but I only talk about what I knew after it comes out. I never try to talk about things before it comes out. I don't want Nintendo to be like, why are you leaking out secrets and anything like that.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I guess we wrapped it up. Thank you for joining. Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, we're gonna be at E3 chilling. If you see us, you know, come say hey. Why not? If you're gonna be in the area.
Watch our channels. We're gonna get the real exclusives.
Do it. Once I get a camera mic. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you next time.
Later.
By the way, if you want to check out his channel, it's in the description.